What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another stream. It's Monday night, 9:30 p.m. The Everton and Watford game is still ongoing. Looks like it's got much more exciting since I refreshed the clean sheet at 60 minutes to see how many bonus Keane was on. He was nowhere near. Dean was top by a mile. And I literally came upstairs to put the stream on, and it was 2-1 to Watford. And Sigurdsson's just missed a penalty. Richarlison, I'm not watching the game now because I can't get on the computer at the same time as streaming. But it looks like Richarlison's just missed a great chance as well. And it could be on penalties now. I think Sigurdsson's missed the last two. So who knows, they might change it. You know, if Tozen's on the pitch, maybe he'll get a chance. We don't know. But anyway, if you, for about the next 15 or so minutes, if you're watching this non-live, you might see me checking out the Everton score a lot. But anyway, how are we all? Yes, Christmas spirit. I thought I'd put on the new jumper. For the last few years, I've just worn the same blue one. I got a new one this year. Branched out. Nice red one. But anyway, this is how I'm doing. Michael Keane was on 6 points not that long ago. He might even be going this week. Otherwise, a fairly good week for me. I've nearly reversed the damage from last week. Obviously, I didn't have Kane last week. People had him captain. This week, he's done nothing, whereas Salah's done the business. Never really looked at captain in Salah. To be honest. I was always going to go Aubameyang against Huddersfield. It's a bit annoying that he missed a bit of a sitter. Only got the assist, but I was just glad he got something in the end. See, I've moved up to about... In fact, I can just tell you now. Because that clean sheet loss won't be great. Let me have a quick look where I am. I won't keep checking my rank. Oh, it looks like the site's died. I know. I'm up to 12,656. So pretty decent. I've gone from 19k to 12.5k. I was 11.5k the week before, so decent. Was Aubameyang bad luck, or should we have seen it coming? Maybe. I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit worried about not having Kane this week. Let's see how much the Barcelona game takes out of them. I also saw that Lamela was back, or at least training again. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly what the tweet said that I read, but I think he's either back training or he's back available. You'd imagine he won't play against Barcelona. You'd imagine it'll be Ali, Eriksen, Son and Kane. The problem there is if Lamela is fit to play after that, they might rest one of those front four, and I got a bad feeling it could be Son. But we'll see. We'll see. Everton, what's going on? It's why it's annoying streaming during games. I know people always ask me to do them on like weekends, but it just means constantly looking at Twitter. Although what I would like to do one day is get a proper TV set up in here that's not on a stream. Because obviously there's a bit of a delay on that and everyone will see before me. But yeah, Son, I'm hoping he'll play again. Burnley at home is a very good fixture that I would love him to play in. Even if he comes off the bench for me, it's not the worst. Watford players, i.e. Deeney, because of their fixtures. I've looked at their fixtures. The one player I've looked at is Kiko Femenia. 4.2 million played, I think, like the last 7 or 8 games. So he's one I've looked at for Watford just because of his price, and I'll go through my transfer ideas soon. Yeah, I'm not really looking at Deeney and co. To be honest, I'm probably going to move away from 3 up top. Again, in fact, let me just show you my team though. Hang on a minute. This is how we're looking right now. So obviously, Dean Garner is not someone I want to play because he's not guaranteed to be in the first 11 by any stretch. I don't think he has been for 3 or 4 weeks now. So Dean Garner's probably going to go. I've got about 6.5 million to spend. Or 6.6, 6.7, something like that. 6.6 I think it is. And I basically think I need Felipe Anderson given how well he's doing and how good their fixtures are. Now, I can't afford it in one move, but I could afford it from doing Keane to a 4.3 million defender for a hit. So I could do that, have 5 in midfield. Or I could go back to my original plan, which was to sell Salah. Now, off the back of a hat-trick, is not as easy to do. And although he has 3 top 6 games in the next 5, it's only 1 in the next 3, although it is Man United next, obviously. So I'm still looking at doing Salah to Sané or Hazard, and Dean Garner to Felipe Anderson, or I could get Eriksen or Ali and Sané, but not Hazard. So still thinking about getting rid of him because I don't think he's going to punish me in any of those 3 top 6 games. So it's really just Wolves away and Newcastle at home. Now, I'll be honest, if I'm going without Kane and him, then game week 19 captain, I think it is, whenever he plays Newcastle at home, that week looks tough. But I just feel like the conversation around Sterling and Sané has gone down a bit because obviously they didn't do anything against Chelsea. Sterling was rested the week before. So I feel like it could still be key. And, Watford have just put 2 past Everton. People are saying they were tightening up a bit, but I mean, let's be honest, Man City lost that Chelsea game, but for the first half, they were all over them. Sterling had a great chance with his left foot, didn't connect with it properly. Not fully convinced that Everton are going to keep City out, to be honest. And I think Man City's Champions League game is basically a nothing game as well. I don't know what the situation is with them coming top of the group or not. I haven't even checked, to be honest. Just looking through. No further score updates. Yeah, I'm still looking at. I still want Sané basically, and I think again when you mentioned taking Salah out, people treat it as though you can never get him back. And if I go Salah and Dean Garner to Eriksen or Ali and Sané, or even Hazard and Felipe Anderson, obviously I can just switch them back. Son is going to be. In January, Son's going to be a sell because he won't be around. So it's not like I can never get Salah back, and I'll probably want him back for their fixture run, to be honest. All season long, people have said Salah is too much. People forget that not many players in the Prem are capable of hat-tricks. He's been very consistent. He has been consistent, yeah, and I wanted him back for this this run of fixtures, but now his run of fixtures is about to get a bit tougher. Although, like I said, granted, it is Wolves away and Newcastle at home in the next 3, which are pretty decent. But over the course of the next 5, I just wonder if... I basically, last week, we're doing the Kamara move. Instead of getting someone like Hernandez or Rondon, I set myself up to have to go 5 in midfield, basically. And I need the money from Salah. So I wouldn't say screwed myself, but I made that decision last week. So I think I'm going to sell Salah, to be honest. I think it's going to happen. But then Michael Keane's no good now for a little while, I don't think. It's 2 tough games for Everton, followed by 2 away games. So I could use him to fund Dean Garner to Felipe Anderson and keep Salah. But I don't know. We'll see. What was that about Sterling? City assets need Aguero to play. Well, he might be back soon. Have they not scored that? Let me have a look. How many games has he been out for? I feel like my voice is going a bit. It's not going to be good. He's missed the last 3 games. They've scored 3, 2 against Watford, 3 against Bournemouth. God, even Spurs did that, didn't they? Was it 3? And obviously none against Chelsea, but I mean I still think that was a little bit of a freak result. On another day, they'd definitely score. Now, I'm not going to shift for Richarlison, I don't think. I think that's a bit of a luxury for me to be able to get rid of him. I still think he's been scoring pretty nicely for us. 8 goals so far, only 1 assist. A bit of a shame that, but that's 9 attacking returns in 16 game weeks. But he missed a few game weeks, so let's say let's say 13 or 14, 9 attacking returns, pretty decent. And after Man City and Spurs, it's Burnley, Brighton, Leicester, Bournemouth, Southampton, Huddersfield, Wolves, Watford. I mean, that is pretty nice. So I'm going to keep him for sure. Don't let emotion get you. United are not a good side. I fully know that Man United, honestly, I'm not. It's not because he's playing Man United, it's just a top 16. That will be tough for Liverpool, no matter how badly Man United have been playing. They stopped Salah twice last year. Granted, De Gea was in top form. Any reason Trent is benched? Yeah, because Man United are going to score. I might play him ahead of Wan-Bissaka. I'll definitely play him ahead of Keane. I just haven't messed with that yet. The question I ask myself a lot with Trent actually is, would I bench Robertson? And generally the answer is no, in which case I should start Trent, to be honest, because I'm not sure there's that much difference in attacking threat, given that Trent would be on free kicks and stuff. Robertson usually does a bit better for bonus though. No way United score at Anfield. Look, never say never. Yeah, he's on set pieces, Trent. Yeah, no, I probably will play him instead of Wan-Bissaka. I'm not fully messed with this team yet. Okay. On average, how many transfers do you do per game week? I mean, I can tell you how many transfers I've made so far in 16 game weeks. I've made 18, so just over 1 per game week. How long am I staying on for? Good question. Don't know. Probably an hour-ish as normal. Jeff, that's awful. Hope you recover quickly. I had to laugh though about your second point about your FPL League captain. That's probably the first thing that came to your mind. Yeah, the collarbone's broke, but do you know what I mean? Salah captain, that's a bit frustrating. Keane header to salvage the game. I would love Keane to score. Is Torreira overperforming? I mean, he's obviously got forward a little bit because he scored, and it was a really nice goal as well, to be fair. But I don't know, 5th bench fodder for me. That's about it. I wouldn't want to be playing him week in, week out, I don't think. Should you keep Salah? Absolutely. Trent or Robertson? I think this weekend showed that maybe Trent's not as immune to rotation with Gomez out as I may have thought. Completely forgot that they could just play Milner, and people even said about Fabinho playing right back as well. So that's a bit frustrating, but I still think the money saved. I don't know, Robertson's a pretty safe pick, although he's been rested for Mourinho too. I still think the money saved, I would probably go for Trent. But what I will say, because I know there's a lot of Alonso fans / supporters, Robertson's only 4 points behind Alonso. And Alonso hasn't missed a game yet. Robertson's missed 2, I think. He's only 4 points behind. So even without clean sheets in those 2 games that he may have played, or he could have played, he would have still got like 2 appearance points. So he'd be equal to Alonso. Yeah, he's missed 2 games, Burnley and Cardiff. So he's missed really good games as well. Although ironically, they didn't get clean sheets in either. Probably because he wasn't playing. So yeah, only 4 points behind. I didn't notice how close he was, to be honest. If you've got him, no reason to downgrade, I suppose, unless you really need the money. Mark has used 2 transfers, probably Son and Kane. Oh, I can't get Kane, surely. Sure. Who's gone up in price, though? I wouldn't be so sure. That's who he's going for. Let's have a look. No money in the bank. He has gone big, then. Let me see what he could have done. I reckon Salah and Murphy to Felipe Anderson and Son. I don't reckon... Although Wilson's injury may have forced him to go for Kane. He does love Kane. We'll see. Future FPL champ, good luck on your ventures and thanks for the €1. Thoughts on Rashford? We started 3 in a row now, I think. Obviously, you probably don't want him this week. Going forward, maybe. I still think... I don't know. I feel like there's a rotation threat there with him. Because you could be Lukaku up front, Martial left, Mata right, something like that. Apparently Wilson will be back this week, but we've not got any confirmation or anything. We'll have to wait to see what... I think Eddie Howe said they're working, or he's working on it or something. It sounds like he might be back this week. Do we need Hazard for the next 6 weeks? I don't know if we need him, but he does look very good. I'm okay, yeah. I'm wondering if I've just lost my voice slightly after the weekend. Am I changing my keeper this week? Probably not. It'd have to be for a hit. And I did say I would take the hit if I needed to. But I'm going to hope for some saves. Would I ever do a championship fantasy team to see how you do? I would do rubbish, let me tell you that now. I ain't got a clue. Future FPL chat, thanks again. €2. Better in 6, out of Errol 6, Doherty 7. Very, very nice. That's decent defensive return. Let me just check something here. So let me just show you what I could do. Actually, I've got a bit of money in the bank, haven't I? So this is my only way to get Kane. I don't think I'm going to go for him, to be honest. And then a £6.8 million mid. Could do that. Sterling, Son, Richarlison in my midfield. Or I keep Kamara and go something like this instead. £10 million midfielder. Can that outscore Kane? Well, we'll soon find out. I think if I had enough money for Felipe Anderson, I'd be more interested in that Kane move. Gorav, what's going on? What do I do with Lacazette? Just brought him in. Front three of Kane, Lacazette and Wilson. Midfield of Salah, Sané, Richarlison, Anderson. I mean, your midfield's pretty sweet. I'd even be tempted just to keep Lacazette for now. Just see what happens in the next game. Considering you've got Kane there as captain already. Kane drew a hat-trick, so everyone tells me, yeah. Jason with the £2, thanks very much. Keeping Salah, City needs Sergio, already got Sterling. Yeah, I think, Man City have done okay without Aguero. Scored 3, like I said, 3 against Bournemouth, only 2 against Watford, to be fair, none against Chelsea. But again, I think that Chelsea result on another day, they score in the first half, and Chelsea on the back foot could have been different. Jota is an interesting one. He looked pretty good actually against Newcastle. Their fixtures are a bit mixed. It's like on and off against like a top 6 team. So they're not perfect really. Like in the next 6, I think they play top 6 teams 3 times. So I'll probably even bench Doherty. Yeah, Liverpool at home, Spurs away, Man City away in the next 6, but it is Bournemouth, Fulham, and Crystal Palace around that. He's only 5.9 now, so decent enough. The Everton score is still 2-1 to Watford. You remember the Jota hype? Yeah, we were pretty hyped about it. Well, I actually remember saying I wasn't going to get any newly promoted players, then I got him in the end. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's... I suppose it is a little bit of hype. I think he's looked good. A lot of people pointing out this happened last year, that he got his confidence up and then he kind of just did really well. We'll see. You're not benching Doherty. I've benched him plenty of times, to be honest, already. Well, I don't know about plenty of times, but at least once. Maybe twice. He has been amazing, though. I've probably talked about this already, but I was checking earlier, and, you know, towards the end of the season, people start asking, well, it depends how I do, I suppose. You know, when I was on Scoutcast and that last year, I always get questions, what was the turning point in your season? What was the best move you made? And right now, it has to be getting Wolves players on my wildcard in Game Week 5. Since Game Week 5, Doherty has averaged 5.5 points per game, which is insane. And I think I've had every single one of those points. And Jimenez has averaged 5 points per game, which is just ridiculous. So actually, maybe I shouldn't bench Doherty. Everton free kick, edge of the box. Oh, that's rubbish, because that means they're going to shoot. I want them to cross into Michael Keane. Come on, Keano. Is it worth it to remove Martial? Yeah, probably at this point. I mean, let's see if he's back fit. Man United got really good fixtures out of Liverpool. So if you've got other stuff, other pressing moves you should make, and you could potentially keep him if he's past fit. I would definitely want him for that Liverpool game. As in Man United and Mourinho would definitely want him fit and play him. Unless he's off the pitch, I'm assuming Sigurdsson's going to take that free kick, not Richarlison. What made you get Doherty? You just DNA goal. Oh, no way! No way! Should have got Dino. Did Keane get fouled? So it was Sigurdsson on the pitch? Going Keane, not the best there. Why is someone saying Doherty? No, it's Dean goal. Dean, sorry. Great free kick. Okay, Keane assist. But that's not too bad then. Oof. That is dirty though if you're a Dean owner. I'm trying to refresh to see if someone's saying it's a Keane assist. Oh, it was a handball, was it? I think... I don't know. Do you not still get... Oh, God, I should know this. Do you not still get an assist, though, if you're the one that kicked it into the handball? Maybe not. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. Okay. Then, yeah, it's definitely not going to be an assist, then. Okay. Well, that sucks. Should have gone Dean. Would have saved some money as well. Keane didn't kick the ball, Coleman did. Okay. I mean, yeah. Oh man, that is that's pretty sweet if you're a Dean owner. It's almost like Doherty the day before, getting a goal at the last minute. Anyway, Get my team back up. So we're now 72 points. What's the bonus looking like? Richarlison. No, Richarlison nowhere near the bonus. And he's on 3 bonus, yeah. That is pretty nice. Yeah, might have to look at getting him in for their better fixtures. Probably don't need him for the next 2. Have I used triple captain? If not, when? I will use that in the double game weeks, around game week 33 onwards. Yeah, I don't think I need to get him for the next 2 or anything. I mean, I'm not sure I'm ever really going to want to do Keane to Dean with a free transfer, but we'll see. We'll see. 10 points. That is nice. That is really nice. Orba, Kane, Aubameyang, Kane, Sterling, captain. But it's got to be Kane surely this week, right? You can answer on the polls. There's 4 polls. One of them is captaincy. So have a look. Why am I not using West Ham? Well, I had Arnautovic, like a lot of people. Just haven't got around to getting anyone else in. But I agree, their fixtures are sweet. I don't know what my rank will fall now. Let me have a look. Oof. That's like put me down like 1,000 places. 13,500 now. Came for triple captain. I don't know if you've watched these streams before. I'm not a big fan of using triple captains in the single game weeks. It can pay off. So if you want to do it, then this week could be good. But just remember, they are playing Barcelona. That's probably going to take its toll on them. It's going to be quite a tiring game, you'd imagine. I would maybe, if you're going to triple captain Kane in a single game week, maybe wait till the Bournemouth game. There will be double game weeks, yeah. I don't know if it was just that put me down 1,000 places, but that was the last thing showing up, about 12.5k. Now it's like 13.5k. Yeah, the website, I'll link it in chat. livefpl.net is the website where you can check oh yeah, there'll be auto subs and stuff as well. There's a green check mark on the left which says auto subs included in the overall rank. So actually my rank's going to go down a little bit further as well. Did I look at my rank when Keane had a clean sheet? I didn't, but I did refresh it on FPL. How many double games will there be? I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't be worrying about double game weeks just yet. Should you get Doherty in for Schindler? I mean, Doherty has proved that he can get good attacking returns. Even, like I said, he's been averaging like 5.5 points per game, even though Wolves have barely kept a clean sheet in that time. Although a lot of the points were kind of at the start from like, he scored like a ridiculous amount of points from game week 5 to 8, to be fair. From game week 9 to now, he's been pretty bad. 1-2, 1-1-1. And then recently been good again, 7-5-7. That's why I'm not necessarily going to play him in those tougher games. What do I think about 5.4 million Fernandinho? Not. He's one of those players for that price. Yeah, he might keep ticking over with points, the odd assist. odd goal, and because of his price, that could be worth it. But it takes up a Man City bench, a Man City spot. Arguably, you might want triple Man City at some point. Yeah, I don't know about that, to be honest. I'd be looking to sell SALAH potentially. That's what my current transfers on screen are. It's not that I don't like Fernandinho. It's just it's like a very uninspiring pick, isn't it? Like, yeah, he might tick over well enough for 5.4 million, but it's Man City. You're going to want at least 2 of their attackers, then maybe a third at some point, or a defender, or whatever it might be. Yeah, Huddersfield have got decent enough fixtures if you need a cheap defender. To check out live bonus points, you can just use the FPL website. Bet you regret not putting Dean instead of Keane. Yes. I also regret not captaining SALAH. Money in the bank is 2.1 million. So yeah, I could do Dean Garner to Snodgrass and just leave it as it is. You wild this week and took out SALAH, Hazard and Robertson. Ouch. Yeah, that does suck. I'm not going to lie. Oh, I'm going to have to... Hang on. Got to set my bench up, otherwise I keep getting asked about it. Michael Keane dropped to the bench. Third bench. Because of the awful performance tonight. There we go. I'm probably going to play Trent. Or Aubameyang to Kane. Do you know what? I looked at it. Before Kane had played, or not played, as the case was, at the weekend, I did look at Aubameyang to Kane. Do have ways I could do that. Am I seriously keeping Richarlison? Yes. It seems like a weird way to phrase that, as if like keeping Richarlison, who's scored 8 goals this season, is a bad idea. Then again, Salah's scored a lot of goals and I'm looking at getting rid of him, so... Could I blame you for taking out Salah, Hazard and Robertson earlier this game week? I guess it depends who you got in. That's the problem with wildcarding on a week where Hazard, plays Man City and Man City are playing Chelsea, because it's probably going to always be low scoring. I mean, Salah out, a lot of people were looking at doing it. Personally, didn't really want to do it against Bournemouth. But also was in a position where, again, because Man City were playing Chelsea, I didn't even have to consider it, to be honest. So maybe I got a bit lucky there. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Ryan is awful. Ryan is awful. And I really want to get rid of him, but it's just trying to get a spare transfer. I may at some point just take a hit. I'm not really sure who to get. Probably Fabianski. West Ham's fixtures are pretty good for a long time. So maybe I could keep Fabianski right up until the wild card. But they don't keep many clean sheets. I know he's got a few pretty good, like big enough scores even without clean sheets, but yeah. Not many for West Ham. And I'm not sure if I'm that confident going forward. But he might be the best option for that price. Do I think it's too late for the Doherty train? I don't think it's completely too late. I mean, someone asked me that a few weeks ago, and look what's happened now. I mean, I get why you maybe don't want to pay for him now, because he's like 5 odd million. But for someone that can, as soon as they start getting some clean sheets, then he'll be a great buy. It's just whether or not you think they can get clean sheets anytime soon. Someone's linking me to a penalty that Richarlison took. Is he not 5 million now, I thought? Someone's linked me a Richarlison penalty because I asked for him to go on penalties. Oh my god, what is that run up? Yeah, maybe not. It's only too late if he stops scoring points. There you go. Bam, that's your answer. Yeah, he's 5 million, I thought so. Old rank 29k, now 86. Oof. But just think, if you can go down that much in a week, you can go up that much up in a week. Yeah, Anderson's goal was sweet. He looks good. Yanks with the $1. Thanks very much, my man. I want to say I don't think we've had any news on David Silva. But someone in the chat will tell me if that's not the case. Bamian rotation coming up. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what happens in Europe first. If he plays and Lacazette doesn't, which is essentially a nothing game, I might look at getting rid of him. Do I have an explanation why you were so good in your debut season FPL and this year you're struggling after Gameweek 2? It just happens. There's no... I mean, it's hard to say exactly without knowing what you've done all season, which we don't really have time to get into, but it just happens. Sometimes you have bad seasons. There's still plenty of this season left to turn it around as well. See if auto subs kicked in yet? No. David Luiz, cheaper way into the Chelsea fence. He is cheaper, yeah. Got a bit of goal threat as we saw. I wouldn't necessarily be expecting those goals all the time, but decent enough still. 2 last-minute goals from fullbacks. If you own Dean and Doherty, fair play to you. I'm very jealous that I didn't go for Dean now, of course, instead of Keane. Maybe trying to be a bit too clever there. What rank am I aiming for the very least? I'm aiming for rank 1. Rank 1. Let me see what I'm averaging now. 72 points. So add on another 8 tonight. 1,007, 1,015 divided by 16 game weeks. 63.4 average. I'm aiming for number 1 spot. What to do with Wilson? I would wait on news because I think if he gets past fit, then the next 2 weeks are okay for him. So I'd probably look at keeping. You're thinking of Salah to Hazard and Richarlison to Sané. Am I mad? I don't think that's mad, but you're probably going to want Richarlison and Salah back at some point. So just look ahead and decide how early that's going to be for you. You're on 67.25 per game week. You've got a better chance to winning than me. Don't forget, by the way, if you haven't already, make sure to vote on the polls. There is 4 of them this evening. Question about Salah, least important to our teams out of the heavy hitters. Is Doherty essential? And an early look at your captain for Game Week 17. You're thinking of captaining Anderson away to Fulham. I mean, that would be a bit of a differential. Fulham still conceding plenty of goals, so not the worst idea. Richarlison and Laporte to Sterling the 5 million. Yeah, I like that. You got Sterling in for 2 nice home games, and I don't think Laporte. I still got the same feelings on Laporte as before. I just don't think he's worth that money. I mean, if you can get back to getting 6-7 clean sheets in a row, or whatever it was, then maybe. But don't know. I don't feel like he offers enough for me. Saw a tweet of some dude who was at Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Yeah, I saw the tweet too. Sat behind Wilson and I asked him if he was going to play next week. He said yes. There you go. I would keep him if I had him, I think. You want him for these next 2 fixtures. Oh, excuse me. Is Mark's idea of cheap forwards good short term? I mean, it's been good for 16 game weeks so far. Let's see if he does. Let's see if he keeps doing it this week, though. I got a feeling he's maybe gone for Kane. Oh no, Trent over Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I had Wan-Bissaka in, then the stream told me off and told me I had to put Trent in. I haven't really finalised yet. I'm telling you, I said it on the last stream. Son, if he plays all the way through till January, which, of course, there's a good chance he doesn't get every game, I think he can keep up with Sterling and Sané. I honestly do. And he started off with 14 points, so decent start. Okay, auto subs are included now on live FPL. Oh yeah, of course, I got a sub to come in, haven't I? So I'm actually on 73 points. They're working on an update now. United can't score against Palace, let alone Liverpool, but we scored 4 against Fulham. I mean, sure, Fulham are leaking 1 or 2 goals here or there. Physio, you can't put my own arguments back on me. Using your argument of getting Salah a few weeks back, attacking the block of fixtures with captaincy, surely Kane in the next 3 or 4 game weeks is the nailed captain. Is he no-brainer? Well, maybe. I, on the other hand, especially when it's home match, I may go for Sterling instead. Just saying. I think people they're not really considering Sterling at all now, as expected. Because once you've got Kane, you're going to captain him, especially with these fixtures. Obviously Kane's got Burnley and Bournemouth, who have been looking pretty decent for goals, like to get goals against. But Sterling's got Everton and Crystal Palace at home, in a team which does nothing but score goals. Guerrero could be back soon as well. So I'm probably going to captain Sterling and just hope that it just looks very similar to last year where Salah became the one to captain. Hopefully it's Sterling. We'll see. That could majorly backfire. Burnley's performance at the weekend is making me seriously doubt the Kane captaincy. I'm not sure they're as easy a team as we expect. Maybe not, but I think you'd... they were at home to Brighton versus being away to Spurs. I think it's completely different, really. But obviously, like I keep saying, Spurs are playing Barcelona, so let's have a look. Put it this way. If Kane bangs over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to cry. If Sterling can't do anything. If Sterling suddenly goes on a run of blanks, then that's going to seriously hurt my rank. Like, seriously. What is one player you love IRL, but you know you'll never get in FPL? Ander Herrera, maybe. I don't know. David De Gea. Am I interested in more Arsenal players? Maybe a defender or a goalkeeper, but they're not really keeping too many clean sheets. Football Skills Norway, thanks very much for that. Much appreciated. Let me check. Yeah, okay, ranks have updated now. So, gone down quite a bit. So I started the week on 19,035, and now I'm 14,724. So a 4.3k rank increase, not too bad. After the 8k drop the week before, so slowly building back up. Looking at my stats table for City attackers, Sané is by far the best stats-wise. Yeah, Sané could be an option to captain too, to be honest. Hopefully Kane blanks. Well, if I don't own him, I hope he blanks too, yeah. Wow, 99 points to drop from 180k to 2k. That is decent. Decent. My missus forgot to change. Okay, here we go. How would you like this? So she didn't change her team, which meant she had Salah captain, and she owns Aubameyang. If she'd asked me, I would have definitely got her to switch. So she kept Salah captain, had Hazard 9 points, had Foster in goal, so got a penalty save. Doherty is on the bench, but he's going to come on for either Martial or Arnautovic. And she scored 87 this week. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. Football Skills Norway, thanks again for that. Just repeat it one more time. If you haven't already voted on the polls, make sure you do that in the next few minutes, and I'll get them read out. If you haven't already and you are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you're new around here, be much appreciated. Yeah, she smashed me this week. Not happy. To vote on the polls, they're in the top right hand corner of the screen. You either have to like click in or hover over. Click the little eye and go from there. Am I planning to double up on City? Potentially, yes. Potentially. Hazard will bang soon. Yeah, maybe he will. I don't know. I just think the fixtures are there for sure. He's creating lots of chances. He's been shooting quite a bit in the last kind of 4 or 5 game weeks as well, although not necessarily inside the box. So yeah, the fixtures are there. I can't really argue against Hazard, to be honest. The thing is, at the moment, there's so many premium options to fit in. Aubameyang has, well, arguably Aubameyang's, I don't know, I think people are going cold on him. I definitely am. Hazard, Sterling, Salah, Aubameyang, Kane. There's just so many to fit in. You've got to go about probably maybe even 2 or 3. Unless you go super cheap everywhere. Am I considering Son for captain? I'm gonna probably not. If I guarantee he would start and get 80 to 90 minutes, then I would definitely consider it. But I'm going to see what happens in the Barcelona match. Who gets what minutes? How badly they get beat, etc. How hard they have to work. Is it too late to get Son? I don't think it is too late. But again, if he misses this week, then that's another game week you've gone without. You haven't got him for, and obviously he's going to go away in January at some point. Oh, 92 points. 7,667 ranked to 1,747. That is incredible. By the way, we were back up to 5th place in the top leagues this week. So let me have a quick look. Here's the public league. So I don't know what the final scores are. Look at this. Shannon Shillington, 110 points. That is redonkulous. Can we open up their team? Why do I do that? Oh yeah, it works. Look at this. Oh, hang on. That is an insane team. So Son, Salah captain, Hazard, Rashford. Oof. Imagine being 64th in the world and you get Rashford in for 14 points. Kolasinac, decent. That is a nice team. I like that. Who else? Ben. Obviously, these are the top 5. These are the ones that keeping us at the top 5 in the league. Ryan, Miroslav, Hugo, Braden, and Ben. But Shannon, that's a great score. Let's see if there's any other big scores. 92. Decent. Andrew Tavey, see him in the streams quite a bit, I believe. See if I recognise any names as well as big scores. No over 100 plus. But yeah, no Alonso. See, you don't. I think sometimes you see a team like that, you realise they've not got Alonso. You're like, wow, that's what you could do without having someone like Alonso. But you know, what if they had Alonso? They could be doing even better. Maybe it just depends. But I mean, look at that midfield. That is dirty. But obviously, no Aubameyang or Kane. But the midfield is insane. 24 transfers as well, so 6 more transfers than me, so plenty of hits. Let's have a look. Started off in the top 1k. Oof, look at that. I mean, that is what dreams are made of. Going down to 44k and then straight back up in 2 game weeks. Was it wildcard in game week 5? No, let's have a look. Jeez, when did you play the wildcard? Wildcard played in game week, not till game week 9. So actually 3 red arrows after game week 9. Look at that. Look at that jump there. Filthy. Filthy that is. Fair play to you. Should definitely look through the leagues more. Going to do the polls any minute now, so don't forget to vote if you haven't already. Oh, sugar. They just got my boring template team. Can't even get back in the top 10k. $102 points. 138. Did you, Dominic? Need to see that. That's ridiculous. Trouble with big hitters is they all share the points week after week. That's not a problem if you've got them all, though. Family friendly stream, sugar, yeah. Gotta be careful what you say, you know. Yeah, some big scores flying around. Yeah, you can't have them all for sure, big hitters. You can if you don't have Alonso in defence and you don't have Aubameyang up front. Well, then you don't have Kane, I suppose. Right, I'm going to do the polls now. Just before I do that, quick shout out to the patrons. Dean P, Madcheck, Alex C, Melissa B, Christopher M, Hayden H, and Matthew H, the producer tier. Thanks very much for your support. If anyone wants to join in, get access to the Discord channel or the mini league, which has a $250 top prize, which is still you're still able to enter up until January. So if you check it out now and the payment goes through in January, you'll be eligible for that prize. It's just a winner overall, and then there's monthly mug prize as well. If you want to check that out, links are in the description below. If you want to ask any questions, just hit me up on Twitter or email or whatever it might be. Thanks again for all those guys for supporting that way. Okay, let me get the polls up. My voice is definitely going. My low rank's like 14.7k. Come on, come on. Okay, so Salah, keep or sell? Very close. 53% saying keep. 47% saying sell. That is very, very close. Least important to our teams out of Hazard, Aubameyang, Salah, Kane and Sterling. So the least important. Hazard wins this by quite a long way. 37%. Then it's 28% for Aubameyang. So I can't believe he's gone up, by the way, 0.6 million. That is insane for 7 points. Like, that must be because people could just afford Aguero to Aubameyang, and because he was top forward for a little while. You might even still be, I haven't checked. Then Salah at 15%, Kane at 13%, Sterling only 4%. So Sterling the most important out of all those apparently. Is Doherty essential? 64% of you say yes, 36% say no. And then an early look at your captain for Game Week 17, 53% of you captaining Kane. Oh, I don't want to watch that game. I was dreading having to watch the game at the weekend until I realised he wasn't playing. It's not nice not having Kane. It's not nice. 18% on Sterling, 16% on Aubameyang, 4% on Hazard, and 6% on someone else. So there are your polls for this evening. Kane got a hat-trick last year versus Burnley. Oh, don't want to know these things. When is the Spurs game? Please don't be on a Sunday. That's even worse then. If your players haven't performed and then you know Kane's coming in captain for so many people. Okay, so it's at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock on Saturday. Oh, but by then Sterling would have played, and Sterling might be my captain. He probably will be my captain, to be honest. If I don't bring in Kane, Sterling will be my captain this week, I think. So yeah, by the time Kane plays, my captain could have failed. The Sunday games are Chelsea versus Brighton, Arsenal versus Southampton, and Liverpool versus Man United. So not going to have anyone in that 4 o'clock game, probably. Well, actually Trent, but obviously going to want the Man United win there. It seems unlikely at Anfield the way we've been playing, but you know, maybe those 4 goals against Fulham will strike some confidence. I'm not bothered about captaining someone in the early game. It's just if it fails, that wouldn't stop me captaining him. But if it does fail, then yeah, Kane looks horrible. If you do bring Kane, would you captain Sterling? Good question. I probably wouldn't know. If you bring, that's the thing. You bring Kane, you're going to captain him. Even though really, even if you've got the money to bring Kane and you own Sterling, you should still look at who's the best option. But I think most people would go Kane. So would I. Salah busting the early kickoff captain. Yeah, I don't believe in that in any way. I looked at one of your old videos recently. You look positively chiseled. Not quite, but it is getting there. Yeah, actually, quite a few people noticed at the recent work party, which is nice. Still a long way to go. I'm having a bad couple of weeks now as well, but still going to the gym, so all good. Right, I think we'll leave. We'll leave that there. I've been going just over an hour. Be another video to come, plus another stream on Thursday. Getting towards our last few streams before Christmas now. I think there's only going to be 2 videos, and then it's Christmas time. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Congratulations if you had Dean. I'm very jealous that I took Keane instead. That has not worked out too well. But yeah, not sure exactly what I'm going to do transfer-wise. Hopefully I have a better idea on Thursday, although I still won't make transfers to the last minute. And last minute transfers, I mean, look at the Wilson news on Saturday. If there's a reason to save your transfers till then, to save them as late as possible, then that's a good enough reason as anyone needs. But yeah, I'll see you on Thursday. If you obviously want to watch the video before then you can do that probably on tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. All much appreciated, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers all.